Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbangers Kitchen. I'm back, folks. It's been almost 6 months since I made a brand new keto recipe here on Headbangers Kitchen. And if you didn't know I'd been away or you want to know why I've been away, click here on the I button and watch my video about it. Now, today we're going to be making some Pakistani food. Oh yeah! So I've been watching Mark Wien's videos of like eating street food in Pakistan, and I've been super inspired by those videos, and I was like, you know what, I've got to make some Pakistani food and I've got to do my keto version of it. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be making a dish called chicken karahi, which in India we call chicken kadai, which is basically made in a particular vessel called a kadai, which is like the Indian wok, so to speak. And it is a beautiful flavorful dish cooked in tomato and spices, and it's got lots of ghee and butter, and it's delicious. So before we make it, I just want to say that this might not be an authentic recipe. In fact, my Pakistani friends can tell me what I've done wrong or what I've done right, but I do believe there are variations of the chicken karahi, and yeah, this is my keto version of it. So anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. To make our chicken karahi, I'm going to be using 1 kg of curry cut chicken. Curry cut is just a sort of Asian way of breaking down the chicken for curries. You can make this recipe with chicken thighs or chicken drumsticks, but please do not make this with boneless chicken breast. Next, I'm going to get my wok on the stove. Okay, just hear me out. I do have a karahi at home, but it's too small to cook this entire chicken in, so that's the reason I'm using a wok. And honestly, you can pretty much make this dish in anything, but I wanted to be all authentic and all, but anyway, this is too small, the wok will have to do. Now I'm going to add in about 4 to 5 tablespoons of ghee. I'm going to actually season the ghee now with about a teaspoon of salt. And then in goes my chicken and I start frying it. Remember, you want the heat up on high. Now in the street food videos I saw, they used a lot more oil and they were practically deep frying the chicken. But I just can't bring myself to do that. Plus we're using ghee because you want to stay away from vegetable oil on keto, or in fact no matter what diet you're on, you should stay away from vegetable oil. Anyway, now just let that chicken fry and you will see the pink flesh turn into white. You'll also start to see small brown bits of color on the chicken. A lot of cooking is really by feel and intuition. So now that my chicken is cooking along nicely, I'm going to add in some ginger and garlic paste and give it all a good mix. Now you can use store-bought paste, no problem, but if you can make some fresh at home, nothing like it. Also, you can just finely chop the ginger and garlic and add it as well. Either way is fine. Now while the chicken cooks, I'm just going to take about 4 tomatoes and I'm going to slice them in half. Once that ginger and garlic becomes fragrant and the aroma just floods your kitchen, then it's time to add the tomatoes. I'm just going to place them around the wok on top of the chicken. Now I've been told that you never cover a chicken karahi, but my Pakistani friends, please forgive me. I'm going to cover it now and let it cook. It's just going to be faster. So what I'm basically trying to do is, since my wok is quite full, I'm covering it so that the tomatoes will steam and cook and soften up, and then I'll just easily be able to pull out the skins. You can always skin the tomato before adding it, but I feel you end up wasting a lot more. Plus, I did not see any recipe where the tomatoes were skinned before adding them. Anyway, once those tomatoes have cooked and softened, it's time to remove the skins. And you can see they come off quite easily. But you can also see, or maybe you can't, that I didn't get the best tomatoes. They weren't fully ripe, so there are some green bits, but no problem, I can remove that later. Then you just want to smash those tomatoes into the sauce. Basically, you're mushing those tomatoes, you're smashing them, you're squashing them, and that's what's going to make the sauce and give it body as well. Now it's time to add in the spices, and I'm adding in some cumin powder, some coriander powder, red chili powder, turmeric, black pepper and garam masala powder, and then I give it all a good mix. Now there are some recipes that have more spices than what I have used, and there are some where less spices are used. Some have turmeric, some don't. I guess this is a dish that varies from person to person, from street vendor to street vendor, from household to household. Everyone has their own twist on it. So you know what, if any of you make this at home, if you have your own version of it, let me know in the comments what is your spice mix and what makes yours different from what I'm making. Let me know in the comments below. Next, I'm going to add in 2 whole green chilies. I'm also going to add in kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves and about 100 grams of yogurt. Now if you live in India, this is just normal dahi. If you live in America, guys, you want to use something like unsweetened Greek yogurt. Also, normally people add chopped green chilies, but I am adding them whole because that makes the dish less spicy. And you all know that I am a spice wuss. Anyway, now you just want to let this cook on a high heat because we really want to reduce the sauce. And again, with this dish, most of the time I've seen it really reduce down till there's almost no sauce left. But of course, you can cook it to your preference. Frankly, I could throw this right now on some cauliflower rice and have a brilliant curry dinner. Anyway, I'm just going to let this cook down and thicken up. Let everything just bathe in the pool of flavorful spicy gravy. Now that it's kind of reaching the consistency I'm looking for, it's time to finish things up. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter for some richness. And keto, you want the higher fat any which way. You can also add some ghee, no problem. I'm also going to take some fresh coriander or cilantro, as some of you call it, and just roughly chop it up. And then I'm going to sprinkle that all over my chicken karahi. And finally, I'm going to add in some julienne ginger as well. Now basically, julienne means I just take the ginger and chop it into little matchsticks. Basically, these matchsticks are called juliennes. And that's pretty much it. The chicken karahi is 99.99% ready. Just make sure you taste it for seasoning. Anyway, it's always customary to give our dish one final good mix. So make sure you do just that. Now when it's time to serve your chicken karahi, just make sure you fill up your plate nicely so that everything looks beautiful and your portion is generous. Then we're going to throw on a little more fresh coriander, a few more juliennes of ginger, and then some fresh chopped green chilies. Oh yeah, I'm pretty scared of chilies, but I do think this will be good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our keto chicken karahi, and it looks absolutely mouth-watering and I cannot wait to taste it. However, as always, I just have to tear into that chicken and show you a little bit of food porn. Oh yeah! Just look at that juicy and succulent chicken. Anyway, once it's all done, it's time to taste. Alright folks, so it's time to taste our chicken karahi, and since you guys requested over and over again that my father return and be here tasting the food, well, here he is in the flesh.
Hi guys, I have to say it feels really strange. It's been almost a year having come in front of the camera to taste or to act.
No, it's not. It's been in June, 5-6 months since you've been, not a year.
Anyway, it feels like a year, guys. Don't contradict me on camera.
Anyway, we're going to taste the chicken karahi, or as we say in India, it's chicken kadai. Basically, karahi is the same thing.
Yeah, kadai is actually the vessel in which they cook. Kadai.
Yes. Now taste. Now I've got the leg piece for myself because I love chicken legs.
This is the best part, putting it in your mouth.
Oh, it's beautiful. And I love that fresh ginger, and thankfully I didn't get any chilies.
You know, once on camera I called his food bland. I think because of that he's put this one piece of green chili, so I don't have to complain about it.
No, actually this dish has a lot of green chilies, but I did not go as crazy as I like.
It's moist, It's got taste and it's cooked to perfection. And not because he's my son. And this is something I'm saying after having a full lunch. So for this taste session, I'm willing to forego a few kilos here and there.
You know, my lips are actually tingling, not burning in a bad way, they're tingling. And a little bit of chili that I put, the 2 full chilies, and I guess a little bit of the fresh chili I sprinkled on top is hitting me.
And imagine his own recipe scares the out of him.
Anyway, I think this recipe is awesome. I can't wait to explore more Pakistani food, and hopefully he'll be here to taste test it with me. By the way, we are Sindhi, so originally we are from the part that is now Pakistan. Yeah. But anyway, enough jibber jabber from the two of us. Do you give this the thumbs up? The horns up?
Total thumbs up, horns up, whatever, everything up, and it works. And I'm going to finish this after he shuts the camera.
Alright, we'll see you on the next episode of Headbangers Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We can look at this one. Look at
Yeah.
that. Okay. Alright, folks, it's time to change.
You have to pardon him, folks. It's been a long time since we've come in front of the camera to say anything.
I'm not going to show them this. Anyway.
That's okay.
Okay.